What is going on out there, peeps? All right, so let me get back to your comments and questions and things you said on this video I released, just letting people know that there are some royal families in the Middle East moving into position on gold and its long term. What does that mean for us? We'll see. We'll talk about it. Just a quick reminder to everybody that we got Pimpy's investment chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. In here we talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments, but no politics in here. No politics. Bring that over here. We have the hidden things in front of your eyes. In here we talk about politics, current events, NESARA, Gesara, things that some people might consider a conspiracy. All right, like QAnon. But nonetheless, let's get into this. If you guys are going to take the time to do this, then I will take the time to go ahead and respond. So now I'm going to do this because C. Ann had brought this up, and I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to say this ahead of time. If you like the video, smash the like button because it does help out the channel, you guys. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. So if you could do that real quick right now while I'm saying it, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, now, since we're going to be talking about gold and silver as usual, then I have to let you guys know that please consider our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be in the description. You can follow it, and in there, you could buy precious metals. Buy more than $100 in precious metals, and use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free ½ ounce of silver. Right now, they have a great sale on what we call junk silver. It is as close to spot price as possible. All right, so let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, shall we? I'm reading these comments and people don't seem to realize that gold and silver are real money. Actually, it is the only thing that is legally considered money. That's right. Not the Federal Reserve notes. Nope, not even that. That's called currency. Gold and silver is called money. You have to look it up so you can figure out what the difference is. I've traded my notes for as much in precious metals as I possibly can. I did the same thing. It's a no-brainer. Nope, not for me. I mean, even if the value of gold and silver go down, you still have the gold and silver. Just wait for it to go right back up. Exactly. That's what I've been telling people, and we're seeing that happen already. However, I don't believe it will go down. I remember that as a preteen, wondering aloud with my dad about the value of paper dollars, thinking, wouldn't people want to buy or want what it buys instead? Because it is itself, it's just paper. It's now 54, or I'm now 54, and I still always question everything. Thank you for all you do, Pimpy. You're very welcome. Sorry about hacking that up when I was reading it. So yeah, the federal dollars have nothing. It's not backed by anything but a promise. Like their promise is worth the shit. They're the corrupt. They're the evil people, and you're trusting them. That's like saying to the wolf, "Are you sure you're not going to kill my chickens?" The wolf's like, "Yeah, look, I support and I guarantee what I'm saying. I won't kill your chickens. You got my word." Yeah, okay, that's what it's like. Isn't Gesara that's going on in the Middle East with NESARA or Gesara? There will be no more transgressions against anyone. No more wars. Yeah, so again, you pointed out something that I talked about. Part of the NESARA Gesara movement is what you see Trump doing. Peace in the Middle East. The withdrawal of troops. Ending the transgressions. That's just another part of it that nobody talks about. That is a great point. A great point. Turkey is already making their move, Pimp. Yeah, Turkey is among some of them. Also, there are royal families in the Middle East as well as some very rich people in other countries making a move to precious metals. So was my thought when I first found this information out. As my friends are telling me that this is happening, I kept thinking to myself, some of these people that we're talking about are so rich, you would think it doesn't make a difference what the hell happens. They have so much money. Why do they care to have to move into precious metals? And I know they buy them and they have them because it's part of their portfolio. But the amounts that we're talking about are huge. They're very large. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, one person is telling me it's a large amount. The other person is just telling me that, hey, they're just moving into position. So if they're moving into position, period, at all, with larger amounts of precious metals, then they must know something about what's going to happen to our currencies. Do you see what I'm saying? Something is definitely going on. Lynette Zhang just recently did a video on ITM trading saying that the Federal Reserve just announced a new regime change. Something's going on. We keep trying to warn you guys. I keep trying to bring you the information in hopes that you listen to what I'm saying and do something to protect your position with your wealth or any of your savings or your retirement. You keep procrastinating. When it's all said and done, you're going to be sitting across the table looking at one another going, you know, we could have at least done something like take 25 to 30% of our retirement and moved it into precious metals just in case. If nothing happened, then yeah, good. You're good. You haven't lost anything. You still have the precious metals. You can sell them. You still have your retirement fund. You're good. But if something happens, then you go, oh my God, thank God we did move into precious metals. Although we might have lost the money that we were invested into, we more than made up with it with our precious metals. If silver and gold drop to $1 an ounce, I will buy the store out. Well, look, I was just kidding and making that as an example, trying to tell people I don't give a crap how much lower. Somebody's talking about it getting down around $700, $800 an ounce with gold. And I said, man, that's going to make people shit. They're going to panic. Listen to me. Listen to my voice. Oh, I just kidding. Anyways, listen. Who cares what it drops to? Don't panic. It's going to skyrocket back up. I showed you graphs, many graphs before, where gold starts to make a climb, then makes just dramatic drop, and then shoots up. What about the one when it went from $50 up to $250, dropped back down to $200 real quick? That's 1/5 of its value gone. 1/5 of the value. We're sitting around 2,000. So if it dropped 1/5, you would panic? Yeah, you'd be like, oh my God, it's scary to look at. But just listen to me. Who cares? Stop worrying about it. It's going to skyrocket right back up. All right? So, don't have to listen to me. Go out there and watch the other experts all saying the same thing. I'm with Kate. If gold and silver drop down to $1, are you kidding me? We're never going to be able to get any. It's going to be impossible because everybody's like, what the hell just happened? It's like giving away free cars, man. You think the cars are going to stay in the lot? Hell no. Did I just see my Bentley go for $1? No. No, I buy up everything. I would kill it. The White House is illuminated in gold last night. I don't have a picture, but someone posted it on Pimpy's Twitter account. Well, I don't have a Twitter account, so I don't think it was my Twitter account. Unless somebody started a Pimpy's Twitter account. This is what it is right here. Yes, I told you, I can't tell you how many times Trump has dropped hints after hint after hint, gold to gold and silver. So the house was lit up in gold. For you QAnon people, what did it say? Gold shall destroy the Fed. Gold here one day, silver here the next. He's done this 3 times now. The casino over in Vegas, gold is the standard, but silver linings are pretty great too. Why would a casino just text that out? It doesn't make anything. It isn't like, hey, our casino is the gold standard. Come on in, and there's other silver linings for you. No, it just randomly says gold is the standard, but silver linings are pretty great too. Never settle, nor are we. George Papadopoulos came out and said this, which caught people's attention. I'm not sure quite yet what to think of it, but let's go ahead and go through this. The reset has begun. September and October surprises. Gold, silver, I'm thinking, followed by a global currency reset. The Jubilee, the largest transformation or the transfer of wealth from the hands of the cabal into the hands of the people. We are in the right place at the right time. But like I said, I showed you guys a video where a guy used a graph showing how every time the money supply grows stronger, there's a bigger gap between gold and silver. They end up having to revalue gold and silver to catch the money supply. The gap is freaking huge. Banks are getting busted, not just here, but around the world, for manipulating gold and silver prices. As much as I want the revaluation of currencies to happen first, I have a feeling it cannot happen until the gold goes first. We are in the midst of a transition from dependence to independence, a country that led from behind to a country that now has the virtues of republic and the power of an empire, possibly transformed now into actualities that have set the course of this American century. What does George know that we don't know? You got to imagine he's in the know. They can't just come out and say specifically what the hell he's talking about. It's illegal. But they've been dropping hints. People, how many more hints you want? Seriously. If you've been procrastinating, stop procrastinating. Okay? Gold and silver started to rebound. So did that. I want you to take this in consideration. When gold and silver performs well, usually you'll see the minor stocks perform 5 to 10 or 2 to 5 times better, sometimes 10 times better than what you see on gold and silver. Okay? So what I should clear up is when I said that the royal families were moving into position long-term on gold and silver, part of that movement is on minor stocks. That's right. Later on, I will put out Pimpy Stock Watch. Some of you guys have made a plethora of money, a bunch of money off my fictitious stock portfolio, man. I'm really happy for you. So you could donate at P.O. Box. No, I'm just kidding. Damn it, watch my live show. You could donate in there. Anyways, look at this. What destroyed the American cities and worse? If Sleepy Joe Biden, the puppet on the left, ever won, markets would crash, cities would burn, our countries would suffer like never before. We will beat this virus soon and go on to the golden age. Why didn't he just say we move on to a much more prosperous or a make America great again? No, he specifically used the word golden. Come on, people, wake up. That's the alarm in your head. You know that time when you're like, well, I'm just sitting around waiting for a sign from God. How many more signs do you want? Here, let me help you. I'm talking to God right now. Ready? He's saying, here's your sign. 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 Don't be like that. What's that video, or not the video, but that story about the man that's drowning in the water, and another man from the sea sees him out there, or from the shore, gets in his boat, goes out there to save the man, and the man's like, no, don't do nothing. I'm praying to God. God will save me. And the man sitting in the boat going, what? And the guy's drowning, he's drowning. And he says, look, let me throw you this little lifesaver. He's like, no. I'm praying to God right now. God's going to save me. Don't worry about it. And the man drowns. Gets up there to heaven. He's talking to God. He goes, what happened, God? I was in the water. I was drowning. I was praying to you. I was praying for you to come and save me. What happened? God said, what do you mean, idiot? I sent a dude out there with a life raft to save you. And they just ignored him. Oh, good Lord. Watch for Powell to make an announcement this Thursday. Yeah, Perlin Zhang talking about regime change. What's going on? That doesn't mean it means anything, but it might. Did you see it coming? Monetary regime shift to be coming this week. I tell you what, a lot of us put a lot of faith in Q and in Trump that this guy is a white hat. We're sure the hell going to find out here real quick. If they try to shove us into this great reset, I give up all hope. September 5th is Hillary Clinton, General Flynn will testify. I wonder if they'll sit next to each other and testify. Yeah, so yeah, this General Flynn, man, that's going to be big. I haven't heard any latest and greatest on him. Have they freed him yet, or are these fake judges? This is why Gesara says return back to constitutional law. This judge is clearly violating General Flynn's constitutional right. And Hillary Clinton needs to get her comeuppance, man. They need to have that chick dangling somewhere. When the day comes that there is no more silver or gold available for consumers, I'll get excited. Until it's not available, it's just a stack of metal that anyone with cash can get. So yeah, well, that's never going to happen. They'll run out. Sooner or later, they'll find other mines somewhere, and now they're talking about mining it off other planets and asteroids. So, but I would get just as excited if all of a sudden we found out there is no more. Even though I could tell you that Iraq has a bunch of it sitting on the surface of the Tigris River. This makes sense. The SWIFT system will end on August 31st. After September 1st, all transactions will be on the new QFS system, which is 100% unhackable. QFS is using the Ripple XRP, or so that's what I've heard. That is the rumor. I've not been able to prove it, but I've heard that rumor. Pimpy Chase and others, after being fined, and scolded for manipulation of metals, was told all manipulation must stop by 9/11. That's interesting that you chose that date. What is so magical about that date? No, I'm not talking about the falling of the Twin Towers. That's a very interesting date. So, look, these banks have been told many times, stop manipulating. It doesn't keep them from manipulating. But now we're seeing not just these banks, but a lot of these banks around the world that happen suppressing and manipulating the values of precious metals are all getting a spanking right now. In my opinion, they should lose their license, and any and all profits they hold and assets they hold should be taken from them and given back to the people that they've ripped off from. Down, yes, gonna get some nice bars. Oh, down on the value, yes. Grab some nice bars. I see some freaking beautiful 10-ounce bars I like, but they're sold out, man. 10-ounce bars are hard to get. They're beautiful, by the way. Do you think the dinar will revalue before or after the gold standard is implemented? Man, I keep hoping that it'll go before, but I have a feeling the moving the world into the gold standard is why and how they're going to do the global currency reset, because it'll be set against the gold standard, given the value of the currencies that they need. I heard Lynette Zane talk about an announcement of the regime change. Yep. Yes, I heard that. I love Lynette Zane. That is told you, if I had Pimpy University, Lynette would definitely be my gold and silver professor in my little fantasy world, of course. If the price dips hard, wouldn't that make it difficult to get your hands on any physical? Yeah, because anybody that's trying to stack, and those who are in the know, not just those in the know, some of us who've been studying it and buying into this, we know never ever sell when the value goes down. You buy more. That's what you do. So if this sucker took a hard dip, so what I think is coming isn't just a dip. I think it's a drop. All right? So I'm keeping an eye out for it. But this is the kind of crap they do. Artificially pump up the markets. I told you they were going to do. I said it a million times. I said it in several videos. Don't pay attention to the market. It's artificially pumped. They're going to use that to drive down the value of gold and silver. This is what we call shaking the weak hands, or shaking out speculators, or people don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. They go, oh my God, I lost a lot of money. So they sell because they get panicky when they should leave it the hell alone. For those of us who know better, we see a drop and we go, yes, our gold and silver is on sale right now, so we buy more. All right, you guys? So don't panic. Buy more. As a matter of fact, I told you guys, Money Metals. If you guys are considering buying any kind of precious metals, give our friends over here at Money Metals a consideration. The link will be in the description. Look at this. They have sales right now. So what's so good about this type of metal? See this right here? If you wanted to go in here, the good thing about what they call junk silver, we call it constitutional, but I know why it's called junk silver. It's called junk silver because it has no coin collecting value, but it has only metal value. Right now, this is as close as you can get to spot on the market. This is great deal on junk silver. I just showed you they had a sell out there, so you can only buy them in $5 increments. Do you see what I'm saying? So you get $5 worth of dimes. See this? That's 50 dimes. It comes this cool little bag. All right, for 112 bucks. If you want to buy more, and let's say you go down, I want to buy $20 face value of this, 450 bucks. Right now, look, I got to get some too. All right, I don't have a lot of content. Well, that's not true. I do have a lot, but mine is not junk silver. Mine's constitutional. I have collectible value because I'm a coin collector. But yeah, with Money Metals, you can't go wrong. Look, move your cursor up here. See this where it says silver? See this? So you move the silver. Let me slur the word. Anyways, silver. Come over here where it says junk silver. You can click it or go to 90% half dollars. 40% half dollars, Mercury dimes. So there's other options, but this right here, look at this one's a good deal. All right, so let me encourage you guys to do that. Now, somebody asked me to bring this up again, and I will. For those of you who have IRA accounts, and let's just say you want to move part of your IRA over, I would say between 25 and 30% just to be on the safe side, or you just want to move all of it over, put your cursor above where it says other, and move it over here. It says retirement account. See that? Click it. So what happened is over here, they teach you what you need to do. So here's all the information you need to do about moving your IRAs over to an IRA. Make sure you let them know that Pimpy sent you over there, all right? So here it is. There's a lot of information on here that can explain to you what you need to do, okay? So this way then you're not blinded by it. You're not in the dark about it. The information is there, okay? Always buy on the dip. I just got my second ounce of silver. I'm hoping I could buy more rounds. I'm hoping to spend $100 a week for the next few weeks. I hope we get another stimulus check. A huge ones like President Trump said. He did say that, but he got blocked. Because the Democrats, you got to love it. They were like, no, we're not going to give you no stimulus check. We don't care. Let's go on summer vacation. Then when they found out that the mail companies that they were going to use to rig this election didn't have enough money, they came back. So you got to ask yourself, why is the Democrats only coming back to try to pass money to save the United Postal Service, making sure they have enough mailboxes out there so they can rig the election, but won't come back to give a stimulus check to the citizens, but yet they still got idiots out there voting for them? Yeah, anyways. A nice stimulus check would be nice. I was going to get it all in silver. Yeah, I would. Again, don't get me wrong. If you got the money to afford it, I do 80-20% split. 80% silver, 20% gold. That's what I do. But a lot of people can't do that. So if that's the case, then buy silver. Okay? I want to help out my community a lot. So do I. All my neighbors around me need help, and I want to be there for them. Look, Dump, what you're saying is the best thing. That is, people need to start getting more involved to the local communities. We've gotten away from this. We've gotten away from family. You know what? Seriously, man, I don't know how I can stress this enough. When I was growing up, they used to make us sit at the dinner table. No TV, no damn phones, because they weren't around back then. You know what I mean? Sit down, and we talked. How's your day? What you up to? For those of you got families, if you can't do it every night, at least pick one night, like a Sunday. You know what I mean? Sunday. Pick one night, but you should do it every night. This helps you to get more involved with what your kids are doing. Tell them to leave their damn cell phones off. If they don't, slam them against the wall and break them. Turn off the video games. Make dinner. Sit down. I don't care if you're buying out. Make a dinner. Do whatever. Sit at the dinner table, man. Be involved with what's going on in your kids' life. It's important. There's some freaky stuff coming up. God willing, none of it will happen. Everything will be kumbaya. But if not, this is the time to get reacquainted with your kids. All right? The amount of currency out there has to equal the amount of gold to meet the standard. Isn't that correct? No. No, that's not correct. I thought that's what the guy that showed the graph I'm talking about in 2014 video. I'm thinking that gold would have to rise to the national debt. Okay, so that part's right. The first part's not right. So the currency out there has to be equal to the amount of gold. Oh, I see. Yeah. You got it right. Okay, so what happens is when you see the gap between the value of currency and the value of gold, get that separated. What happens is they increase the value of gold and silver so that it matches the amount of money supply out there. So you're right, what you're saying. I get it. Yeah. And you can see right now that the gap is big. The reason why they do that is so that they can show that they have some type of tangible, physical asset that supports the amount of money out there. Since they know they can't bring the money down, they must bring the gold up. So yes, you're right. My boo-boo. That means it's all good to buy gold futures and silver futures. Stocks you're talking about, yeah. It would be the same as an upside. So yeah, what you're going to see is stock markets for the stock market for gold and silver miners and precious metal companies move the same way gold and silver does, the physical gold and silver. Okay, it moves the same way in value. But the truth of the matter is, and talking to my buddy out there, he knows who he is. He's I was going to make a joke, but I don't think I should. Anyways, he's running around in another country. He said it best. He said, look, the stock market's going to outperform even physical gold and silver. It's great to have physical gold and silver, but you're going to look at these minor stocks. They should outperform the actual market for gold and silver 2 to 5 times, maybe 10 times as much. So that's why you guys watch my stock watch videos, okay? And you can see what's happening. I showed you guys on Discovery Metals, the one I've chosen, $10,000 investment back on April 21st. If you take away your $10,000 investment, I'm up $50 or $44 or $46,000 in a short period of time. Short period of time. What is that? 4 months? In 4 months, I'm making $10,000 a month on a $10,000 investment for that stock. That's how much I'm making on average. $10,000 a month. That's not including tax and fees before I get attacked by those people who are in the business. They do that to me. As it is downside for crude oils and futures, went in negative a few months back. Trump bought it in the millions. Actually bought it for he bought it like $1 a gallon, I think it was, or it went negative for the first time ever. So yeah, he stored up our reserves. Yeah, he's a genius. Thanks for the heads up. Time for at least one more major purchase, maybe even 2. Yep, that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. So are you staying to watch it every day? If it dips, we better buy it quick. So am I watching? Yeah, I watch it all the time. Buy on the dip. Do not sell on the dip. I don't care how far it drops down. I made this joke earlier, but some people might have took it seriously. If gold and silver all of a sudden drop down to $1 an ounce, do not sell your precious metals. If you want to sell at $1 an ounce, please hit me up. I will give you $2 an ounce. Actually, I'll give you $5 an ounce on gold and silver if it hit $1 an ounce each, just to help you make up for some of your loss. Thanks so much, Pimpy. I am roughly at 30 ounces. Good and over. So 30 ounces of good. I'm just giving you a hard time, Jeff. So you got 30 ounces of gold. Is that right? Man, dang, you're whipping my ass, man. I got about 14 ounces, man. It's damn good. So roughly 30 ounces. I'm guessing you're saying gold and over 500 ounces of silver. Still buying. Yeah, definitely, man. It's better than the 80-20 split, but you're way ahead of the ball game on gold. That's pretty good. What's your opinion on platinum and copper? I actually, I don't talk about copper enough, man. It's really affordable. You can go on Amazon and buy these 100-ounce bars for like, I don't know, $20, $30. I have several of them. those kinds of things do jump up whenever the shit hits the fan, so to speak, because people think, oh, we need bullets. So if they run out of materials for bullets, you can sell them to coppers, because that's usually what's on the tip of a bullet. So platinum, palladium, and rhodium usually are the opposite of gold and silver when we're in a crisis. That's because these things are usually used in things like computers, consumer goods, cars. So when people are in a financial crisis, they don't usually buy these particular precious metals. This is just my opinion. So what you would normally do is buy gold and silver when you think a crisis is coming. And when things get all good again, then turn around and invest in the palladium, platinum, and rhodium is what you usually do. Thank you, brother. Where we go one, we go all. You are very welcome. Thank you so much, Pimpy, for an excellent news. You are both so very welcome, and I want to say thank you for tuning into my channel. I surely do appreciate it. Thanks for all the great work you're doing, Pimpy. I discovered you on Charlie Ward's show. Yes, Charles. Charles is a great guy. People thought because I did a video on 800 numbers and the whole humanitarian project and the redemption centers, just because me and Charles don't agree doesn't mean I think Charles is wrong. No, I just don't agree with that because I've never been able to prove it. That's why I put that challenge out there. Can anybody prove what they're saying is actual? But it wasn't just to Charles, it's to everybody. So it doesn't mean I don't like Charlie. I like Charlie. He's really cool. We talk. We still talk. Today. What's today? 26? Hit him up earlier. So, we do talk, you guys. I don't want people to think that I was like, that's not what it was. The point being that I've been listening to people in this Dinar community for so long, and I've heard those stories before, and then all of a sudden I got a wave of people, and I thought, oh, it's because they're newbies. Well, that was part of it. That's part of it. But the other part was a couple people put those videos out telling that, and they were like confused. So I just put my video in response. I've been stacking big time thanks to you. Well, you're very welcome. I hope everything works out for all of us. Well, let me rephrase that, if I may. I know everything is going to work out for us. When I say this, I mean this with all sincerity. I really do. If there's anything I get out of making these videos, the one joy that I would get is that something that I'm talking about and people responded to and acted on changed lives for the better. I could not ask for a better reward. Don't get me wrong, I would love to get money, and then what I hope you guys do is you don't need to be forced in a humanitarian project. You don't. I trust that you'll just go out and do what's right. Take care of you and yours. Make sure you're set comfortably. But don't walk by if you got millions of dollars to put a $5 bill in somebody's hat playing a guitar on the side of the street thinking that you did something. You know what I'm talking about. And I have all the faith in the world that you guys will all do the right thing. Now, there's some of you who don't have the means to go out and do crazy. That's all right. That's okay. You can't do that. But take care of you and yours. Make sure you guys are secure. Because some of you might only get like a few $100,000. That's fine. Pay your bills off. Live debt free. Do you see what I'm saying? Some of you are going to have hundreds of millions of dollars. And you people, I expect to do a whole lot more. Especially throw Pimpy's party in Vegas when this happens. Pimpy's party, make sure you're there. It's voices like yours that speak frankly and truthfully that are helping us through the most momentous time in history. I appreciate those great words. I really do. I've been waiting for NESARA for 25 years now. Since I was first introduced to it. It's a dream come true, peace and prosperity for everyone. And yeah, I agree, for everyone. Including those who don't know. There's people out there that don't know what's going on. It's our job to go out there and make sure they do. I watched a video the other day with someone claiming that on August the 8th, all banks worldwide got pinged to make sure that the digital systems were up and running. And they said that on September the 1st, the digital currency will officially go live everywhere. I don't know how true it is. Guess only time will tell. Yeah, so I think we are all at those crossroads. All of us that have been making videos, although I'm smart enough not to do dates or rates, I just would say this: there seems to be something coming to a head. Whatever it is, like I said, it's going to happen between now and the end of October. That these next 3 months would be definitely exciting. There's no doubt about that. Good stuff, brother. Bless you. I bought gold at 2000. Should I sell or buy on a dip? No, you don't ever sell on a dip. Never ever sell on a dip. Let me stress this. Don't ever, 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 ever sell on a dip. We always buy on a dip, my brother. Okay? Buy on the dip. If he's right and the Middle East investors come into metals and we see the price drop hard, I'll shit myself. Now listen to me. I don't know. This is what I'm anticipating. And it's not that they'll buy and it drops. It'll drop before they buy. That's usually what happens. See, they wouldn't go invest money and then have it drop. People like the royals and these filthy rich people, they're in the circle of the people that know. So they wouldn't go make a move on precious metals unless they knew something was coming up. So what I'm saying is, don't be surprised if we don't see a drop in gold and silver values before the royal families go to make their purchase. But once they make their purchase, that's going to be different. That's going to put some stress, in my opinion, on the comics. Now, again, this is just my opinion. I'm speculating because the amount that we're talking about here is large. And I'm not sure there's that much there for them to move on. But we're going to see. I don't see it happening because people would run to gold and silver. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is going to be the problem. So if you think about a couple months ago when we were buying gold and silver, we seen a drop, or no, we seen a drought. I mean, every website except for if I'm just do another shameless plug. But remember, I mean, everybody was on back order or out of stock except for Money Metals Exchange. What they did is limit how much you can have of particular types of investments. Not all, but others. They were way ahead of the curve, and they were able to service a lot of my subscribers, you guys. So I'm very happy to see that you are making that move over there, as you should. The reset is in January. Would be interesting. If all this happens, we should see $50 silver by December. Easy. Yeah, somebody asked me about that, and I have a feeling, I was being conservative. I said, if we get around 30, it'll be good for Christmas. But something tells me it's going to be a little bit higher, if you get my drift. Can this Middle East movement into the precious metals in any way relate to NESARA Gesara? Well, that's a good question. I don't know, man. I don't know. So again, you have precious metals, have NESARA Gesara, have currencies that I'm talking about that need revalued. These are all separate arenas. But now all of a sudden they all seem to be overlapping is what I'm trying to tell you. Pimpy, I picked up my first ever purchase of silver coins today. Feels really good. So, look, Journeyman, here's my thing. If you picked up your first, did you wait till you get them in the mail? I don't know if you ordered them or if you actually picked them up. But if you picked them up, then you know what I'm talking about. There's something about when you grab a silver coin or even a gold coin. For me, don't get me wrong, I have both. But there's something to me I love about silver coins. There's just something about them when you grab them that makes you go, yes, this is real money. This is money. This is what money feels like. This is what money looks like. You know what I mean? There's something about that. So if you ordered it in the mail, when you get it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you open it up and you're like, oh my God. You know what I mean? It just feels like money. Feels real. Ordered some dinar recently also. I'm glad you're able to because people can't seem to find it anywhere. Whatever happens, I like knowing that I have something tangible to trust in, real wealth, not banks or governments or unstable share markets. Yeah, definitely. So again, when you start stacking silver and you get to look at your coins, look, I've been stacking for a long time, and still to this day, I pull out my coins to look at them. They're just beautiful silver coins. Now, my kids like the gold coins, and I get it. Me, I like the silver coins. They like the gold coins because of the value. But when it comes to looks, nothing looks as sexy as a silver coin. I'm sorry. Silver bars look good, rounds look good. They do. Silver in general is what I should say. It gives me a sense of financial security I've never had before. It does. I agree with that 100%. Got to keep stacking. Keep doing it. Thank you for my insight. Respect from Australia. So you guys, look in the description for Ireland, Australia, Canada, UK, United States. I have links for you guys where you can go and buy your precious metals, because Money Metals usually deals with everybody here in the United States, but that's all they could deal with. For those of you in the UK, Australia, Canada, Ireland, the links are in the description. I don't have no association with them, but I'm just showing you that there is a place for you to go buy as well, okay? Your vibe seems to match mine. My vibe? September, October? Yep, that's what I'm going for. Yesterday, I transferred funds from an investment account into silver. 1,700. Nice. Nice, Helen. Nice. 1,700. Nice grab, man. That's a nice grab. Okay, in the depository, to rest until February when the business is launched. So excited to see how it grows. Between now and February, it's going to grow, Helen. It's really going to grow. But congratulations on that, man. 1,700. That's a nice grab, man. Nice grab. That's pretty good. I'm curious why they would want to at this point. Oh, Info Seeker. Here we go. This is my buddy. These people got billions of dollars and the best financial analyst money can buy. So why would they move after Dinar Land? This makes no sense to me. So I don't know what's after Dinar Land. But if they have the best money analysts that money could buy, and the analysts are telling them to move towards gold, and that's both in precious metals as well as stocks, I should say that again. All right? Then that should tell you something, Info Seeker. Seriously, but I don't know about the part where it says, so why would they move after Dinar Land? I don't know what Dinar Land is, and I'm not sure why they would move after Dinar Land. I'm not sure what Dinar Land is, to be honest with you. Sounds like the name of my theme park when I make my quadrillion dollars and I start making a rides like Disneyland. I'm going to call it Dinar Land. There you go. Thank you for the idea. 15,000 in gold, 700 silver. Randy, nice grab. Everybody, these people are grabbing the good stuff, man. Grab it while you can. And no, I'm not talking about what Trump talked about, even though I love him. Thank you. I took your advice and moved my IRA to Money Metals a couple of weeks ago. Did you? Nice. Look, I don't think anybody could go wrong with that, man. Congratulations on that. All right. There's a lot of you that have done that. And so some people are like, Pimpy, I don't feel, confident to send all 100%. You don't have to. But you can move like 25, 30% of it. That's a smart move. It really is. As the banks get ready to roll out, go back currency. I think that's what's really going on, to be honest with you. Lynette made it out. Yep, I know everybody. Lynette Zane, because everybody knows I love Lynette and respect her. So yeah, I did. I seen a video. She said that the Fed Reserve announced a regime change that's going to happen this Thursday. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Now, the reason why I say that's interesting is I don't know how big of a deal it is that the regime change is announced. I don't know. But the fact that the royal families aren't moving into precious metals until September sometime means whatever this is coming up is probably just adding to their reason why they're moving in when they do. Pimpy, as soon as the president officially makes announcement, it's going ballistic. Add to make sure the gold is plentiful. They're going to have to raise the price to make sure that it is all covered everywhere. Pimpy, would T.O. hear about what Jesus told you about? Oh, yeah, the video. I'm not ready for that. Yeah, look, part of the NESARA Gesara for me is the Great Awakening, the removing of the veil and the truth for people to learn. Um, you don't have to wait for me. You can ask. Trust me, people, you have a relationship with God. You have a relationship with Jesus, or as I call him, the artist formerly known as Jesus. His name is Emmanuel, or Emmanuel, which is the God within. All of my mining stocks have dropped, waiting for the high rise. Stop mining and limits the supplies. Value soars, just my opinion. So Susan, don't, just like you do on when it comes to precious metals. Who cares when the stock goes down? Hang tight, sweetie. It's going to fly up. I'm gonna do video later on because I think they went up big time today. Thank you, Hero. My heroes. Thank you, Hero. You're very welcome. 70 ounces in position. Nice. 70 ounces is nice. There you guys go. Man, some of you people I remember. And I told you guys a story about Monica and her 3 kids. By the way, they're at 27 ounces. 27. She said they're still driving her. There's a point now where she says she's about to pull out her hair because every free time, but she uses it like a tool. See, this is what smart parents do. Sorry, I got to say this. This is smart. So she knows they're driven now. I love the fact that they're in this, but she knows now she could use it as a weapon. What she says is, look, you have to get your homework done or it's not happening. She said then kids come running through the door when they first get there. First thing they do, all hit the table, bam, start knocking out their homework because they want to go out can collecting. I love it. Can collecting. She says, man, I'm tired sometimes, but you know what? She doesn't want to discourage or, you know what I mean? Like let the kids down. The fact that they're into this, man, it makes me feel good. They love the coins. They play with them. The more they play with them, what happens? The more driven they get. They're at that age. That's what you should be doing, man. I love it. Love it. The other lady I told you about, she was saying that the poor are always poor and the rich get rich. And I gave her all these ideas on what she should do. And she said at first she thought it was BS, but she went out and she got a second job. And then she started using the checks, all of the check from the second job. Because she was making enough to get by. She's fine and dandy. She was content. But she wanted, she wanted to invest in silver. So she got her second job. And she said at first she was tired, but now she's used to it. So now, as you can imagine, she puts her entire check from her second job into purchasing silver every chance she gets. She keeps buying it over and over. Now, somebody who wasn't, I know she's hearing this video because now I'm going to make fun of you. Because somebody kept going, oh, I'm not going to be able to do like the rich people do, has a pretty damn good stack going for herself. Yes, she does. Okay? And now what happens is her body has adjusted to working 2 jobs. And she's telling me that the first job she gets she gets overly anxious to get to her second job. It's like, it's hard for her to enjoy her first job because she knows that when she gets to the second job, the more money she makes there, the more she gets to put into precious metals, which is awesome, by the way. Awesome. Look, you don't have to do it for a long time, but I think you're like me. I started working 3 jobs at one time, when I was very young, I did. People are like, I was exhausted. I worked on the weekends, a security job, and 2 jobs during the week. What happens after I got used to it? My body adapted to it. But my checks, man, were huge. You know what I mean? I had a lot of money back then. Hey, Pimpy, first off, I've been watching the price of gold and silver for the past 2 months all day long. Probably refreshing at least 3 times an hour. Yeah, Kim, that's what I do. And then some. And bought some too. Anyways, I'm not sure you're aware of this, but gold, silver, platinum stopped trading on Friday, August 1st at 5. BTC, which is Bitcoin, stopped at 519. The only thing that was traded was platinum. I have screenshots of that. Yeah, I did notice that for some reason there was no movement. I don't know. That's funny that you did see that too. But I noticed there was no movement, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. That happens from time to time. This isn't the first time I noticed it. That's funny that you did notice it, because I did too. So it's not the first time this happens, and I don't know why that is. Thank you, Pimpy. I bought when you told me. Congratulations. What's up, Pimpy? What's up? Pimpy, what is your opinion on XRP? I've heard a lot of speculation. Also, what is up with national debt clocks? So, the national debt clocks. Me and many of the so-called experts out there, and I don't want to say so-called, but many of the experts out there, believe that the true value of gold and silver is now being reflected on the debt clock, is why we watch the national debt clock, because I can tell you up to about, well, it's probably about when, right, so again, here we go. So right before Trump got into office, the national debt clock would reflect the spot value, what we see on the markets. And then one day, for some reason, it changed. And everybody's like, what the hell just happened? And so it took us a minute or two to figure out what was going on. And we started to realize that if we went to the gold standard, that would be the true value of gold and silver. Now, having said that, does that mean that's what they'll change it to? We don't know. Does that mean that's the true value? Not in my opinion. And the reason for that is I think the debt that we see on the national debt clock is wrong. It's a lie. I think it's probably 3 or 5 times higher than that. Therefore, the value I see on gold and silver, again, this is just my opinion, is probably much higher than what we're seeing there. Pimpy, what is your opinion on XR? Now, I've heard all kinds of rumors about XRP. Here's what I'll tell you, because I have 2 views on this. So the people that are getting behind XRP are from Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. They are doing business with Bank of America, and now George Soros has bought into Bank of America. Those people are evil, and anytime they get behind any project, I don't like it at all. So I don't like XRP. I don't have any faith in it, nor do I have any trust in it. Now, having said that, I also realize that these same people, when they get behind something, money can be made. So just like I said about cryptocurrencies, I think there's an opportunity in which we can make money off of it. So I do hold XRP, but I'll hold more Ethereum than anything else. I have Chainlink, XRP, and Ethereum. So I moved all my cryptos into those 3. Great video, Pimpy, short and sweet. Very welcome. I invest in gold and silver, and also is royalty streaming companies. There you go. Okay. Concern, big concern. If metals go up 50% in 8 months, the foreign countries will nationalize the mines. Wow, man. Socialist countries do that. Will they do that? Man, Ricardo, man, that's a good point. For those of you who don't know what Ricardo is talking about, if they nationalize the mines, that means private companies will no longer own them. The government will just take them over. So will that happen? Man, that's always a possibility. So, but make no doubt about it, they would announce it, and that's when you definitely want to dump your stocks, man, because the government has never ran anything that ended up being worth a crap. So I would hold stocks. All of a sudden I hear an announcement that the government's getting in on this, and drop that crap real quick, man. That's what I would do. Thanks for all your hard work. You're very welcome. Thank you for taking part. Been watching and holding for 14 years. This is the end game. QE interrupted in 2008, but interest rates can go higher and will likely go to negative before the switch is flipped. The helicopters are stuffed. So, yeah, man. So why, John, that's bad? For those of you who have your money in your IRA accounts or sitting in a bank somewhere, you got to understand that when negative interest rates hit, that means it costs you money to have your money in the bank. So little by little, they will take away your savings. That's how it works. That's why I don't want to go 100% digital currency, because if for whatever reason it goes into a negative interest rate, you don't have no choice. They would do that to take the money from those who've been saving, because the economy is built on debt. If too many people are saving their money, they need to find a way to get you to take your money out and spend it. And that's what they'll do, okay? That's why it's better to have gold and silver. So do I wait a bit and buy, or buy now? Buy now. You shouldn't wait. Even if it goes down, it doesn't make a difference. Buy now. Buy now. Something's coming. I can't put my finger on it, but you can see it everywhere. But everybody's talking about it. I hope I stacked enough. Anthony, if you're starting to question whether or not you had enough, buy more. You could put a disclaimer somewhere in the video so you don't have to keep saying, in my opinion, so often. I do love your videos, and you are always spot on. Thank you. Yeah, I do that anyways, because you're right. I just want people to know that, look, everything that I'm sharing with people is my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm not an expert. Okay, I don't have the licenses. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax expert. It's just me sharing my opinion. I don't see any solution but to hold strong combo of gold and silver. Well, nor do I, and that's why I share with you. When there is a drop, buy more, which will average out your precious metal purchases at a higher value. Hold, hold. Yes, that's right. It's called cost leveraging. So if I buy a piece of silver at $10, then all of a sudden it drops down to $5 and I buy more, then you average out the cost between the 2 ounces. That means it costs me $7.50. Do you see what I'm saying? It's called cost average. This is correct. The end of the fiscal year for the Feds is at the end of August, and it restarts in September. Oh, that's right, huh? Fiscal period's over. It's not, it's physical, but okay. One, state agencies I work for is on your butt to make sure that we are done and everything is closed out. Have inquired about trying to move state retirement money, but I cannot unless I quit or wait 3 months. Then it's eligible to be moved to a private retirement. Oh man, 3 months, cowpuncher? Really? Cowpuncher? Oh man, I live out by cows, and when I was growing up, people would say, "Hey, you ever been cow timping?" Yeah, I did. Don't fall for that prank. Let me tell you why. First of all, it'd be rare that you actually find a cow that's sleeping, all right? And they do have a tendency to lay down. Every now and then you find one that looks perfectly still, and you're thinking to yourself, hey, this cow must be asleep. If one, by yourself, you run at it at full speed, 100 miles an hour, and you hit it, it's like running into a brick wall. The odds are the cow would just make a small moo sound, okay? Meanwhile, it feels like every bone in your body is broken. I'm speaking from experience. Now, if there's a group of you, and you think there's enough of us, if we hit this cow, we can knock it over, and you go running full speed and you hit the cow, one, it's going to hurt a little bit because it's enough for you to hit the momentum. Two, don't be the guy in the middle of the cow. The reason for that is we were able to knock a cow over. I was the guy in the middle. When the cow rolled over, guess who rode with the cow? Yes, me. The cow rode over on me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked a little bit. Has anyone thought about getting a term loan and then buying silver? Term loan. Oh, try to avoid going into debt for your precious metals. All right, there's no reason for it. Anyways, question is, would it be disastrous dollar-wise, or to repay it back with silver actually go higher? So I'm just a cowboy trying to learn from a self-taught financial system. So again, cowpuncher, got that name. I would not take any loans out. You're better off looking around where you are at things that you have that you don't use, things of value. Do a yard sale. You know what I mean? Maybe you have some baseball cards or something. I don't know. Something that you're going, look, I can come back and buy these later. You know, for me, I told everybody I had a, and I'm sure, and I know you guys were laughing when you heard this because I know a lot of you do the same damn thing I did. You bought a freaking treadmill, and what happened to it? You hung your clothes on it, or you pile crap on it. It's probably got less miles than your shoes. So I took it and resold it. Just sold it and took the money and put it into precious metals. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you. I will. Would you suggest buying today or waiting a few days? I say buy whenever you can, but especially when it goes down. Love our Pimpy. Love you right back. I'm so new in all this. I keep seeing that people are talking about dinar. This is a crazy question, but I bought some dinar way back in the day in hopes that all of it would come back up. Is that something that may, yeah, that's what we're talking about. It just depends how old your dinar is. It has to be from where we are today, 2003 and current. Thanks, Pimpy. You're welcome. How far are you expected to go? Ah, man. Ooh, it's hard to say. It really is. I'm looking at the debt clock, and that's where I'm anticipating it going to, is where the debt clock says for precious metals, if I'm being honest. So what are you saying, Pimpy? We should wait until silver goes way down, or silver probably won't go down anymore? I have a feeling it's going to go down, but don't wait. And even if it does go down, buy more. Do you see what I'm saying? So never wait. Buy when you can. Always buy when you can. Don't procrastinate. Okay? But if you see not a dip, but a drop, it drops when it goes down a lot. Okay? Then buy definitely on a drop. Never ever sell on a dip or a drop. Don't get panicky. I don't care what you see happen. Leave it the hell alone. Never ever sell on a dip or a drop. Always buy on a dip, but definitely buy on a drop. A drop is when you see, it drop down. Whew, man, 20, 30%, 40%. That's a drop. So don't panic when you see that. Gold will kill the Fed potatoes. Potas. POTUS. Yes, that was a Q post. It said God or gold will kill the Fed. Gotcha, yes. Thanks, Pimpy. You are very welcome. Damn, dude, that thumbnail for the video you used is from an ad by the CME group saying how gold is not transportable and needs a digital currency to move the value. I know you are full of it. I know you are full of it. Well, here's a couple things. I don't give a crap where I got my picture from. I just grab pictures to make a point that I'm going to be speaking about gold. I don't care where it came from. I don't care who created it. I just use it. So what are you saying? From a group that's saying how gold is not transportable? I don't know what you're talking about. How do you think we buy it? It gets to us. Somebody transports it to us. If I call up Money Metals and say, hey, send me another 1,000 ounces of gold, guess what? They transport it to me. So what do you mean gold is not transportable? I don't know what you're trying to say. It doesn't make no sense. And why the hell do we need digital currency to move the value? I don't need digital currency to move my value. Everything that we own is only as valuable as what somebody is willing to pay. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not sure what the point is you're trying to make here, but it's transportable. I mean, I think some over 3,000 of my subscribers have bought metals. Somehow magically it ended up at their doorstep. You know what I mean? How is that, Pimpy? Because it was transported there. Because it was transported there. Bitcoin is the future. Investing in it now will be the wisest thing you do, especially with the current rise. So, no, I don't think that's going to be the wisest. So let's think about this. The difference between fiat currency and cryptocurrencies is nothing. They're the same. Nothing supports a cryptocurrency. There's no way to validate it. There's nothing you can show me that you can prove to me that could be supported. Even when people say it's a gold-backed cryptocurrency, there's no way to know what the hell they created on the back scene that you don't know about, what kind of programs they have on the under that you're unaware of. Do you see what I'm saying? So, having said that, don't get me wrong, I own cryptocurrencies because I think there's a window of opportunity in which I can profit off it. And I think we're in that window now. Therefore, I hold cryptocurrencies. But I do not think it's the end all be all. No. Hi, Pimpy. I'm kind of panicking. It's negative 4,000. I'm negative 4,000. But I hold tight and stick on. Stick on, you please. Provide some motivation to keep my temper. Well, hang tight. I wouldn't panic. I warned you guys that this is going to happen. You're negative 4,000. That's not a lot. I'm sorry. It might be to you. But I told you guys, I think in one of my videos, I was down on my precious metals like 60,000 or 90,000. I don't remember off the top of my head if I was just looking at the numbers. But that's why I never paid attention to them. I think I was down like $60,000. So, I mean, I'm not trying to laugh at your panic feeling for 4,000, but I would not worry about it, man, at all. Hang tight. It'll go back up. It'll definitely go back up. I'm sure if I went and calculate it right now, I'm still in a negative. I don't care. I know better. So hang tight. Here's what I'm going to say. You already seen the market making its move. We're definitely going to know something between now and the end of the year that you should be feeling very, very happy about. But the fact that it went down, if you want to do leverage your cost, then buy when it's low. You know what I mean? Buy when it's low. This way then it averages out. With gold and silver mining and minting production way down because of the virus, now add big institutional purchasing, makes it bad for the little guy to be able to purchase without backlog. Do you think the lack of inventory will keep the prices up? Yeah, that's how they go up in the first place. Think supply and demand. If you think we saw that, remember that like it was like last month in July, we saw this. Everybody was rushing to precious metals. People didn't have the inventory to cover the people. Didn't have it to cover people. What the heck do you think is going to happen when you get somebody like royal families moving into position on precious metals? What you should hope is that they're moving both into stocks as well as physical precious metals. But what you should hope is that they move their ass into stocks and leave the physical precious metals alone. All right. So this way, then we still can continue to do what we need to do to store up and stack up. XRP runs on the QFS and it ties in with NESARA. Watch ZRP Chez, Bearable Bull, Mu Lambo, Digital Asset Investor. Trump even signed an executive order last year. So specifically naming Ripple. I saw it. I don't know if it was an executive order. I can tell you that the contract is with, I know this for a fact, that the Federal Reserve does have a contract with XRP, and the Treasury has a contract with Ethereum. If we're trying to get away from and do away with the Federal Reserve, did I say that right? XRP is with the Federal Reserve, and the Treasury is with Ethereum. But if we're trying to get rid of the Federal Reserve, which digital asset do you want to be holding? See what I'm saying? Drop it. I'll just buy more. We need gold and silver emojis. They might be out there. Pimpy, as I tried to tell you, big dog, I'm not a guru or a YouTuber, but it's okay to acknowledge my insight. Well, show me what you got. Gold will indeed drop into the 700, 800 range. I heard that. But not before silver takes off like a bat out of hell. Go check my predictions from a week ago. Gold and silver on the run. Is crypto buy on the dip? So since gold and silver tend to kind of move hand in hand, if you see gold drop down to 700, 800, although a lot of the people that I speak to has said that that's possible. Now, having said that, you guys don't panic right now, man. That just means when it gets there, I dare you to try to buy more. You're not going to be able to get your hands on it, all right? But once it hits that, if it ever hits that level, which I doubt, which I highly doubt, but if it does, do you think it's going to stay there? Are you kidding me? No. There's no way in hell it's going to stay there. You're going to see gold shoot up $5,000, $10,000 an ounce. You're going to see silver shoot up right behind it, $300, $500 an ounce on the conservative side. But if it all goes the way it should, which is it follows the debt clock, well then, you're talking about a whole new lifestyle for a lot of people. So hang tight, ride this big boy out, right? We're going for the 8 seconds. We're on the never fully rode bodacious. For those of you people who are in the rodeo, you know what I'm talking about. The bull that never, I believe, has never been fully ridden. It's in the Bull Hall of Fame, man. Smashed a lot of faces up. It's the hardest to ride bull. But not us. We have that rope. We're leaning way back. Our arm is in the air and the spurs are way up. We're coming into that 6.5 seconds. We know we only got 1.5 left. That's where we are on this roller coaster. So spear that dog, man, and hang tight. We're going to full 8 seconds on bodacious, all right? Excellent info, Pimpy. Thank you. No, thank you. In Charlie Ward's video, he describes many off-book stores of gold bullion in various countries. Off-book stores? Off-book stores? I don't know what that means exactly. He said they were being inventoried now. If those come online, when they drop the price for a while until they all get bought up, I don't care what people have out there. Unless you have some astronomical number in inventory, whatever you release, people are going to gobble it up. You already got the rich people. I'm showing you guys. That's what I do with my videos. I show you what the rich people are doing. Don't listen to what they're saying. Warren Buffett saying, don't buy gold and silver. It's a waste, but then turn around and take in a position into it. And we know that the royal families are now doing this. So this means something. I told you, watch what they do. Pimpy, are you saying Pimpy? Pimpy, gotcha. Are you saying it's going to drive and we can buy some more, or is it safe to buy it before the first week of September? Look, I say you just keep buying. If you got the discretionary funds to do so, just keep buying. Hold on to it, keep buying. Okay? Whatever's going to happen is happening in this year. Period. And that's looking at different areas on different subjects, all seeming to be crossing paths to something that's going to happen this year. I think the government debt clock is a good gauge. 30,000 for gold, 4,000 for silver. Yeah, I think that's a realistic price. That's why we look at the debt clock. It used to not do that. Did anyone notice that Trump's hair looked copper the other day? I believe copper would be another hot. So yeah, I have copper. I talked about it. I'm in the UK. Do they post here? Do they post what? I'm not sure what you're asking, sweetie. Do they post what? Leave a comment in the video and then I'll respond to you, okay? I invested in Silver Spurs resources after this video, SSE on the TSX. It rocketed from $1 to $30. Not too late to get in. You invested in SSE on the TSX. So was that $1 to, wow, man, that's a huge drop, man. Could you imagine if you bought like $1,000 worth and it dropped up to, oh, you'd be a millionaire. Woo! Okay, you guys, for those of you interested, pause and pay attention. Guys, in your own opinion, what is the best platform to buy cryptos? It's in my description, Coinbase for you newbies. So Matthew, go to the link in my description if you want to buy cryptocurrencies. Go time, that's what I'm saying. Pimpy, I'm calling BS. Give the source that says that the Middle East will be buying first. You don't know what you're talking about. Places like KSA use a sovereign money system. You would never see any movement on the money or gold. But nice try. Please stop blowing smoke. Reports on facts and not BS. So, let's just get this out there, Ollie. I find out information. I just share with you guys. What you guys do with the information is up to you. I never run around and say, hey, my information is 100% factually right. There are people out there that do that, by the way. I'm sure you know who they are. I don't give dates if I can avoid it. I don't give rates if I can avoid it. The people that I'm talking to that know about what's going on in the Middle East, no, they're not BSing. And just because the Royals move in on a position doesn't mean that's going to change anything in the market. I'm just saying to you, in my opinion, with the amount of money that I'm hearing that they're moving on, it's going to cause a lot of stress on the comics. In other words, people who selling shorts, no, it's going to kill them. If that's the case, they stop selling shorts. Do you understand what that's going to do to the market? The price of gold and silver is going to take off like a freaking skyrocket. So it's okay. You can call BS. I get it. I understand that. It's good that you're, be one of these people who are cautious. You know what I mean? Take everything with a grain of salt. I'm not offended that you think it's bullshit. That's fine. 3,500 June 2022, $210 call option on gold traded today. That's a huge volume on a particular option and very bullish. Well, if you think that's bullish, it's about to get better. What are you guys looking at for the dip? 20 for silver, 1,500 for gold. That would be a drop. Okay, that's not a dip. A dip you usually see about a 10, 15% drop. But even so, anytime you see any kind of drop down, you just jump all over it. A drop, you definitely want to start reconsidering what you have that you think is valuable and start jumping all over them. Does it matter what type of purchase or silver I purchase, Walking Liberties and other types? No, I mean, I buy, so Junk Silver sells Walking Liberties. I buy American Eagles. And for those, so those have numismatic collectibles value. In other words, it's not just the precious metals, they also have collectible value to them. All right? So it's different. But if you buy rounds or bars, that's a little bit cheaper. If you buy what's called junk silver, it's even cheaper and closest to spot. I showed you guys on Money Metals. They have a deal, and you should jump all over that. Silver will go to $4,000 an ounce, go to 30,000 in my opinion. According to the debt clock. The debt clock tells us that. Pimpy spot on. Don't lose a dime unless you sell on the down. Yep, never sell on the dip. Never sell on the drop. Oh, really? How do you know? I know what I'm being told. Thumbs down. How do I know? I only know what I'm being told. You don't have to believe it. That's okay. Hilarious. People actually listen to your advice. Question: if the U.S. world are going to do this NESARA Gesara thing, why in the heck do the Saudi families need to buy precious metals? Your logic is revolving, and the door is going to whack you in the face. I've been in precious metals for years, and sadly, I hate hearing folks like you are getting in because they're always been the start of a bear market in something. So, okay, well, if you don't like what you're hearing, one, don't listen to the video. Why are you listening to my videos? Two, so the NESARA Gesara thing, I'm one of these people that say this. It's good to know about all these different things, but it's also better to be prepared for the worst just in case. What if something doesn't go right? I already told you there's no official NESARA Gesara bill. There's no official NESARA Gesara act. I do find it very interesting and have proved tons of it to have already been either done or in the process since Trump's taken office. So could it be just a quidinkydink that the things that Trump's doing happens to coincide with what NESARA Gesara is? It might be. But the point is, even if people thought it was a hoax or started off as a hoax, it doesn't matter now. People are already aware of it. It's already a movement. If it grows big enough, then they can't ignore it, and they have to do it. Do you see what I'm saying? And NESARA is fairness for all. So if in the infinite loop that we all loop, then why all this? Afterwards, are we going to, what is this? Afterwards, what are we going to do with it? What is it? Will they bring them way down? Why? Because if gold goes that high, a loaf of bread will be for $100. No, why would if anything, it'll drive the value of goods down, not up. Why would it go that high? There would be no reason for that. So I got to go silver and gold, and yes, by no ways will it stay high. It's going to make sense, Pimpy. How could it go higher to have a fair world? When we are with NESARA, there's no more elites. Again, you guys, I'm telling you, look, there's no official NESARA Gesara. I make videos doing what I can to prove to you the parts that I can prove. It seems to be that not only is it possible, but it's already happening. But there are parts of it where you guys keep getting focused in on the money part. How do you know that Trump not dropping the hints to you about gold and silver isn't part of that wealth transformation of NESARA Gesara? How do you know that? Do you see what I'm saying? So if you stack, what do you do it with? Sell it back, or other people, businesses? Do you keep it forever? If you physically have it, will you trade it? So for me, I will hold it, stack it until it gets to, you got to have an exit plan until it gets to a certain dollar range for me. And then from there, I will sell back some of it so that I can make sure that I'm financially secure. I will keep part of it so that I could protect my wealth. I would never trade it all in at one time. And to make a point, so a situation came up with my roof, and the guy was talking about cost, and he wanted a down payment. And so I had some of it here, had to dip into my emergency fund. But what I also paid him in was in silver ounces, some of it. And he was happy to take it. So I told you guys, People are like, well, if the gold and silver gets up to this price, Pimpy, then what? Then who's gonna buy it back from us? Well, there'll be people out there that'll buy it from you. Make no doubt about it. But also keep in mind, it's real money. If you want to just take your silver and gold out and say, hey, I want to buy this house, will you take silver? Will you take gold? They're going to take it. I just literally did it myself. I gave some ounces up to help pay for part of my cost on a roof repair. Now, having said that, you're going to put me back into depressed mode because I ain't partying with my gold and silver. All right, you guys, that's it for now. I just wanted to share this with you and just get back to you because I always want to respond. If you guys take the time to respond, I want to try to get back and look at them and respond to your comments and questions, good, bad, and ugly. Look, not everybody's going to agree with me. Right now, I'm telling you guys, we are definitely on one hell of a roller coaster ride, and it's about to get a lot more crazier. So hang tight, make sure you buy, stack as much as you can, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, you guys, if you like the videos, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.